And we're live. Well, firstly, thank you so much for joining us today. We're very excited to hear what you have to say. Let's just get straight into it, if that's okay.
Pleasure. Cool.
Firstly, for our delegates and the audience that are meeting you now for the first time, could you please give us an insight into your journey, your skills, your experiences that have led you to this point in your career?
Yeah, absolutely. So I set up an accounting firm in the UK in 2007. Prior to that, I worked as an efficiency and process improvement consultant. So didn't come from kind of a traditional accountancy background. We were one of the first 100% cloud practices globally back in 2009. And that's kind of contributed to our business growth at around 35% year on year for the last kind of 12, 13 years. And I've made a hell of a lot of mistakes along that journey. I now spend a good chunk of my time kind of sharing the things we got wrong, probably more than the things we got right, so that other accountancy firms don't have to make the same mistakes that we did as they start to kind of deploy and use technology in their firms.
Brilliant. Can I ask you a little bit deeper on that? What was it that gave you the foresight to completely go to your cloud accounting technology?
That's a really good question, because that's kind of the center of the topic that I'm going to be talking about at the event in terms of client experience. And because I didn't train in practice, I kind of had no preconceptions about how to run an accounting firm. So I set the firm up, kind of putting myself in the shoes of a client, and said, if I'm buying accountancy services, what are the things that are important to me? And technology in 2007, the internet was kind of a bit of a thing. And I just thought there's got to be a better way of kind of accessing client data, rather than it being kind of locked on a computer in a dark room that only one person's got the password for. And that really kind of opened the door to thinking about how better data could help us enhance the experience that we deliver to our clients.
Brilliant. You've been handpicked by the Premium as one of the most impactful influencers in the whole profession globally. What is it you think that makes you so unique, that gives you such a big difference?
Well, firstly, I'm really flattered to be selected to come and share my experiences with the audience for the event. I think the thing the advantage that I have is that I'm an accountant. I've run an accounting firm. I've grown an accounting firm, and in addition to that, whilst I'm still doing it, I'm kind of bold enough to get on a stage and kind of open myself up and share all of the things that we got wrong. And I think that's what kind of makes my my sessions fairly unique, in terms of I'm talking from first-hand experience, and I'm not afraid to kind of expose the wounds and the learnings that we generated over the last 13 years or so.
Right. Well, you say you love being on stage. Can I ask, you are the founder of Farnell and Clark Limited, and you're also a published author. Which of the two roles do you prefer? Which gives you the most joy?
Really good question. So I think actually I couldn't have done either without the other. So the book that I wrote is really about the challenges that we went through, and why it's really important for accountancy firms to recognize the power of digital. And I'm talking from kind of first-hand experiences from my firm. So if I didn't have the firm, I couldn't have written the book. And vice versa, because I couldn't have written a book without having a firm, and so on. So one feeds the other. So I think it's really difficult to kind of say one's better than the other, but I love the opportunity to kind of share our learnings, experiences with other accountancy firms.
Yeah, beautiful. I can see that. Let's move a little bit more to the event. Um, at the Premium event, you're discussing what you mentioned just now is digital change to drive greater client experience. Are you able to go a little bit deeper and explain that a bit more for us?
Yes, so I think anybody watching this will have heard the drivers for adopting better technology. But actually, for me, the technology is just an element of it. It's actually, how do we blend the right technology with the right people with the right processes that fundamentally mean we're delivering better experiences for clients. We live in a world of digital disruption, and digital disruption essentially is how do we remove pain points from a process for our clients. And technology lets us do that in accounting, but it's fundamentally about how do we deliver a better experience, a better service, better outputs for our clients. And that's really what we're going to be driving into in the session in terms of how do we use that technology, but what are the other things that we need to do alongside that to ensure that our clients are delighted by what we do and refer us to their business contacts and facilitate us growing as an accounting firm.
Yeah, I think that's very valuable. From your talk, even though it's only 20 or 30 minutes, what do you want the delegates mostly to take away?
I think the really important thing for me is that there's going to be people in the audience that are already doing amazing stuff. And what I hope is that I kind of bring into the conscience the things that they're doing that highlight why they're doing really great stuff. And for others in the audience, they'll be doing elements of it. And what I want to do is highlight the little bits that they're missing that kind of close the loop and ensure that they can walk away and say, so that's the ingredient, that's the pinch of salt or whatever it is that's missing from what we're doing right now.
Beautiful, thank you. Lastly, this has been brilliant, but I'd love to know for you personally and for your own practice, what does 2021 hold, seeing that we've had such a disrupted and such a challenging 2020?
Opportunity for firms. It's certainly in the UK, we're in our second lockdown now. So for me personally, the ability to stand up on a live stage and actually kind of engage with an audience is kind of what I'm really looking forward to. But I think in terms of the profession, we've got clients that are going to be coming out of probably the toughest year they've ever had. They need us more than ever. And it's really about how do we make sure that we create the space and the time amongst all of the other things that we have to do to be able to kind of really get in and support our clients and help them kind of bounce back and recover from 2020.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you. This has been incredibly valuable, and I'm definitely sure it'll draw a lot of delegates to your talk. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much indeed. Look forward to it.
Thank you so much.